Everyone, today I want to discuss the remaining topics of this chapter, that is the stars and the solar system. Okay, in this I want to discuss the measuring distance in universe. So the distance between heavenly bodies, these are so huge, these are very big, you can say, that it is impossible to express the distance in kilometers. For example, if we wish to express the distance between the sun and the earth, then it would be 15, then you can write 7 zeros over there like that. 15, then like 7 zeros means 15 into 10 to the power 7. So that kilometer should be there. Okay, so it's very huge. This distance is very bigger in, you can say bigger in quantity. Okay, so it is impossible to write like that. It's very complex for you also. So the next nearest star is Proxima Centauri. Okay, and which is at the distance of, you can write that 4. Okay, after 4 you can write the zeros. How many zeros you can write? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then 3 more, like that. So this much of distance will be there, that kilometer. So it is also very complex for you, and you cannot learn this according to that. Distance is very huge and it will be very complex for you. Okay, so we use more convenient unit to express this distance, and which is known as light year. So what is light year? Actually, you know that the light travels at the speed of 3 into 10 to the power, means the speed of light. Speed of light, you know that speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay, so this is the speed of light. Okay, so that is in per second. Got it? 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. And light year is the distance that light would travel in 1 year. So you can say light year is defined as the distance traveled by light in 1 year. So how much distance is covered by light in 1 year? That is known as light year. So you can find out like that. 1 light year equals to 3 into 10 to the power 8, that meter per second. It is the speed of light. Okay, then it would be multiplied by 365 days. Okay, then R 24 hours, then 60 into 60. Okay, so we will get 9.5 into 10 to the power 12 kilometer. So this is the, means this value is equal to the 1 light year. So 1 light year means the distance traveled by light in 1 year. Okay, so this is the light year, and the value of the light year in 1 year, that is 9.5 into 10 to the power 12 kilometer. So the distance between the sun and the earth is 15 into 10 to the power 7 kilometer, and it would take 500 seconds, or you can say 8.3 minutes for light to reach the earth. Okay, so next topic we can take the constellations. Do you know what are constellations? So you can write that definition also. Constellations, actually constellations are the group of stars. Group of stars, they form the recognizable shape. So that group of stars is known as constellation. And while watching the stars, the ancient astronomers grouped them into constellations. So group of stars are known as constellations. They used to remember the group of stars by joining imaginary lines between them to form a specific pattern, and the shape of the constellations remain same, and they appear to move from east to west. And though the stars of constellations are kept mainly, these may be actually these stars constellations are varying distance from the earth. Because of the huge distance, they appear to at equal distances. Okay, and there are 88 constellations recognized by the astronomers, and we can explore that only few constellations that are prominent, like Ursa Major. Ursa Major is a prominent constellation, and it consists of 7 stars arranged in a way that forms a big spoon used to drinking water, like that. It will be like that. We can draw this big spoon here. This type of spoon will be there, and there 3 stars are here. Okay, and 4 are here. So 7 stars are there. So that is known as Big Dipper also, because the Big Dipper, then Great Bear. If we will just these 7 stars will be there, then we will make a shape, and we can get a recognizable shape, that is of bear. So it is known as Great Bear also. Okay, so that type of shapes will be there. So another name of Ursa Major is known as that Great Bear, and because if you can add these 7 lines or imaginary lines, faint stars, then it will form a figure of bear. That's why it is also known as Great Bear. And since the stars move relatively to each other in our sky, and Big Dipper will not always look at it does now. So in India we call this Saptarishi or 7 sages. You can locate the pole star Dhruv Tara with the help of Ursa Major. This is the star that remains stationary in the sky with respect to the earth, because actually before the invention of the magnetic compass, sailors of sea used to find their way with the help of the pole star. Actually pole star is always present at the north side, and some stars like the pole stars are not visible from the southern hemisphere. In some region, you can say in some regions, there the constellations of Ursa Major is also not visible. Okay, so first constellation that we have discussed, that is Ursa Major. Okay, first is Ursa Major, that is also known as Great Bear. Ursa Major, it is also known as Great Bear or Big Dipper. Second, we can take the another, that is Orion. Okay, so we can take the Orion. And Ursa Major, another name of Ursa Major is Great Bear. It is also known as Big Dipper. Orion is also known as Mriga. Actually, you can see these constellations during the winter season, mostly winter season or winter month in the late evening. Okay, and it looks like a hunter and contains 7 bright stars. Okay, and other faint ones also, but these are not prominent, not visible to us. And 4 bright stars mark the soldiers and the legs of the hunter, and there 3 bright stars from that they will form the belt. Okay, so it is looking like that. We can make it. It is looking like that. It will be like this is the belt. It will contain 3 stars. 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2, 3. Then like that. So these are the stars. 6, 7, 8 stars will be there. Okay. So it will be looking like that, hunter. That's why Orion is also known as hunter also. The another name of Orion is hunter. Okay. And if you join these stars forming the belt and extend them towards the east, then you will see the brightest star of the sky, that is known as Sirius. Like the belt is like that, it will be little bit like that. Okay, so if we will just make a imaginary line, then there is a star, the brightest star, that is a Sirius. Here we can locate the Sirius. That is Sirius. So we can locate the Sirius with the help of Orion, and with the help of that Ursa Major we can locate pole star. Locate pole star. Okay. And pole star is the stationary star. Okay. Now next one we can take Cassiopeia, and this Cassiopeia consists of the live prominent stars that form the distorted form of M or W. You can see this in the northern sky during winter in the early half of the night, and the stars also form a form of the image of the Egyptian queen Cassiopeia. That's why it is known as Cassiopeia. Okay, so we can take the third one, Cassiopeia, and this star like the distorted W or M. So these are the stars. The stars are arranged like that in this shape. Okay. Next, I would like to explain about the moon. As you know, the celestial objects that revolve around a planet is known as moon or satellite. Okay, and moon is our natural satellite. You know that moon is the Earth's only satellite which is held in its orbit due to the Earth's gravity, and it is dry and barren with no atmosphere. You know that there will be no atmosphere on the moon. There is no atmosphere now. But the distance between the Earth and the moon is about 384, you can say 400 kilometers. Okay, that is in diameter. You can say that mass is around 100 of the Earth, and its diameter is nearly 1/4 of the Earth's diameter. It appears to be shining as it reflects the sunlight. Actually, it is non-luminous. It is not a luminous. It does not have its own light. It is a non-luminous. It will reflect the sun's light. Okay. So it's actually you can say that the surface of moon is covered with the craters and mountains, and some of the mountains are higher than that highest mountains we have on the Earth. So that are very high mountain will be, that moon contains very high mountains that will be greater than our Earth. And the moon completes one revolution around the Earth is about 27.3 days. Okay, it also rotates around its own axis once in the same period of time, and its revolution and rotation are such that we see only one side of the moon, and the other side of the moon is never visible to us. Got it? So we already know that the moon does not have its own source of light. That's why only one surface will reflect the sunlight, or we can see that one surface. As it revolves around the Earth, then the portion that receives the sunlight, that changes every day, and therefore the portion of the reflected light is changed every day. These are known as phases of the moon. When the moon is between the sun and the earth, then we cannot see the moon at all. It is known as new moon, or that is also known as Amavasya. And the next day, only a thin slice of the moon can be seen, which is known as crescent moon. After that, the size of moon that starts growing up, and after 15 days of the new moon day, we can see the whole moon, and this is known as full moon or Purnima. After that, the size starts getting thinner, and again on the 15th day we cannot see the moon. So like that. For example, that full moon is there, that is totally dark in color. So that dark in color, that is new moon. That is known as new moon. After that we can see a little very thin part of the moon. So that is known as crescent, like that. We can see very thin part of the moon. So this is visible part. So that is known as crescent moon. Okay. So like that it will be growing up, and the size becomes growing up. After 15 days that whole part is visible, and that is known as full moon day. Okay. So this part is visible, the whole disk is visible to us. So that is known as full moon day or Purnima. After that full moon day, it will be again decreases in size. Okay, so like that again on the 50th day it will becomes the dark, it will not visible to us, that is known as new moon day. So that are the different phases of the moon. You can draw these phases of the moon. Okay. Now next topic is other celestial objects in solar system. What are these? Actually some other members are also there, like that asteroids, comets, meteors and meteorites. So these are the different members. These are other than the solar system you can say. So first we can take the asteroids. So you can write that heading also. What is that heading? You can take it that other celestial bodies in the solar system. Other celestial bodies in the solar system. What are these celestial bodies? First is asteroids. Okay, so asteroids are actually there is a huge gap between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, and we can see a large number of rocks known as asteroids in this region. Okay, so they can be few kilometers in diameter to 100 kilometers. And the largest one is this asteroid belt and Ceres. That is, Ceres has diameter 1003 kilometer. Okay, so Ceres has the largest asteroid belt. You can write that Ceres also, CERES, largest asteroid belt. It has 1003 kilometer. Okay, now these asteroids are present between the Mars and Jupiter. So these are the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, and between the Mars and Jupiter one belt is present, that is known as asteroid. Okay. Now second we can take the comets. What are comets? Actually, comets are celestial objects that revolve around the sun and have very long period of revolution. Generally, they appear as a bright ball of fire with a tail composed of dust and gases that grow in size as the comet approaches the sun, and the tail always points away from the sun. And the famous asteroid is comet is Halley's Comet that appears after 76 years, and it was last seen I think in 1886. So that is Halley's Comet. Okay, so comets, these actually that they are coming near to the sun, then what happens? It will be that gases will be vaporized and they will form a tail, long tail will be formed by them. Okay, Now next, the famous is Halley's Comet. Halley's comet is the famous. It will be seen after 76 years. Okay. Last one when we have seen means when the person has seen it in, I think it will be 1986. Now next one, meteors. Third, we can take the meteors. What are meteors? Actually, meteors are rocky objects present in space, and they regularly enter the Earth's atmosphere at very high speed. Because of great friction with the Earth's atmosphere, they are heated up and burned to ashes within a short time. And you can say the incidents of burning of meteors are commonly known as shooting stars. Okay, on a clear night you can see quite a few such shooting stars. So when the size of meteor is large, then what happens? It may fall on the surface of the earth before getting burnt completely, and these are known as meteorites. Got it? So meteors and meteorites are like that. Okay. So the Barringer meteorite crater is one such depression formed by meteorite that formed in the middle of arid sandstone of the Arizona. Okay, and the crater is nearly a mile wide and 570 feet deep. Got it? Now I would like to explain the last topic, that is artificial satellite. Do you know what is artificial satellite? Actually, artificial satellites are also known as man-made satellites. You know that advancement in science and technology has enabled us to launch many artificial satellites for carrying out a specific scientific experiments and for one applications. You can say for other applications also. Now some of the tasks performed by artificial satellites are radio and television broadcasting, then telco communication, weather forecasting, then locating minerals and in studying agriculture yield. So the first artificial satellite, that is Sputnik first, was launched by the USSR in 1957. India launched its first artificial satellite Aryabhatta in 1975, and the other Indian satellites, artificial satellites are INSAT, 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 IRS, EduSat, Kalpana. So these are Kalpana 1, etc. are the artificial satellite. Okay, so you just learn or read out the chapter. So which one is the some questions will be like that, which was the first artificial satellite that was launched by USSR? So Sputnik first, that was the first artificial satellite. Which is the Indian artificial satellite? Then you can say Aryabhatta or Aryabhatta. Okay, so you can read out the chapter, whole chapter. If you have any problem regarding any chapter, then you can ask. You can make the notes of these satellites or these topics that are taught by me. Okay, and if you have any problem regarding that, you can write them and ask them. Okay, so with this I would like to say thank you and have a nice day.